Virtual systems ready.
You might be wondering why I, Seto Kaiba, CEO of KaibaCorp and Master Duelist Extraordinaire, would waste my precious time contemplating the top 20 anime. Well, let me enlighten you. As someone with refined tastes and an unparalleled eye for quality, it is my duty to separate the weak from the worthy, the mediocre from the masterpieces, and what better way to do that than by ranking the top anime the world has to offer? Plus, it's a chance to showcase my unparalleled intellect and discerning taste to the masses. After all, who better to judge the merits of these animated works than the one and only Seto Kaiba? So, prepare yourselves for a journey through the realms of anime excellence curated by yours truly. And remember, only the best of the best will earn my coveted seal of approval. Let the ranking begin, and may the weak be swiftly cast aside, just like my opponents in a duel. Welcome, mere mortals, to Seto Kaiba's definitive ranking of the top 20 anime. Prepare yourselves for enlightenment. Let us begin with number 1, Yu-Gi-Oh! Naturally, this masterpiece belongs in the prestigious S tier. Need I elucidate? It stars the incomparable Seto Kaiba. After all, I am the epitome of dueling excellence, a titan among mere mortals. Now, let's delve into the abyss of mediocrity with number 2, Naruto overhyped ninja nonsense. I'd rather duel with my eyes closed, straight to the dweeb tier with this one. Next on the chopping block, One Piece, oh boy, over 1,000 episodes? I have fought longer duels versus Mokuba over who gets the last slice of pizza. Endless seas and stretchy pirates? Please, C tier at best. Don't you have treasure to find or something? Ah, now we come to Dragon Ball Z. The epitome of power-ups and screaming, dweeb tier, obviously. Even Mokuba could see through this one, and Goku's hair? More chaotic than my card collection. And now, brace yourselves for Sword Art Online. A virtual reality snooze fest. Mokuba tier, and that's being generous. Even though he's my brother, we all know in the anime he was trash. And don't get me started on Kirito's plot armor. It's thicker than Blue Eyes White Dragon's gigantic 3,000 attack points. Moving on to number 6, Attack on Titan. Titans attacking? How quaint. B tier, I suppose. At least it's not as insufferable as the rest. And I like Eren Jaeger's approach to warfare, however. We all know the true warfare happens through a children's card game. Now, Death Note, clever mind games, but ultimately falls short of true greatness. A tier, I begrudgingly. If only they had a character as brilliant as Seto Kaiba. Besides, Kira couldn't rule a world as well as I could, for I am the king of games, and a world under my rule would be able to bathe in my blue eyes white lightning, and children and adult alike will all be free to play as many children's card games as they like. Of course, if they don't mind losing to yours truly. Now, let us proceed with the next contender on the list. Number 7, My Hero Academia, heroes and villains prancing around like they own the place. Dweeb tier, obviously, and don't even get me started on the kid with the broccoli haircut. He looks like Ojama Green, for crying out loud. Now, let's talk about where do I even begin? Bleach, a series that overstayed its welcome like an uninvited guest at my Duel Monsters tournament. Its premise had promise, but it devolved into a convoluted mess of filler arcs and power-ups. So, seriously, how many times can you shout Bankai before it loses all meaning? While it had its moments, Bleach ultimately fell short of its potential. Mediocre doesn't even begin to describe it, it's more like dweeb tier material. Let's move on swiftly, shall we? We have more worthy contenders to discuss. Now we come to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, a tale of alchemy, sacrifice, and ambition. The Elric brothers' journey is one of true resilience and determination. Their quest for redemption and understanding of the human condition, it's something even I can appreciate. Exceptional storytelling, complex characters, and a well-crafted plot. This anime demonstrates what it means to strive for greatness. It's only fitting that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood ascends to the pinnacle of perfection. The illustrious S tier? Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the Pokemon anime. Pokemon, a franchise that has inexplicably endured for decades, a show centered around capturing creatures and engaging in repetitive battles. It's as if they recycled the same duel over and over again, with different monsters, but the same predictable outcome. The protagonist, Ash Ketchum, embodies mediocrity at its finest. How many times must he fail to win a Pokemon League championship before realizing he's simply not cut out for it? It's like watching someone duel with a deck full of Pot of Greed cards and still managing to lose every time. And let's not forget the blatant merchandising disguised as storytelling. Every episode feels like a thinly veiled commercial for the latest Pokemon merchandise. I've seen more subtlety in Pegasus's card designs. The Pokemon anime panders to the lowest common denominator, spoon-feeding its audience with recycled plots and repetitive catchphrases. It's an insult to the intelligence of viewers everywhere. And let's not even delve into the logic of a world where 10-year-olds are sent off on dangerous adventures with wild creatures. It's as absurd as trying to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon without sacrificing any monsters. Now, before we proceed, a disclaimer. The Pokemon anime, while it may scrape by from plummeting into the Mokuba tier, let's just say I'm feeling unusually charitable today. Perhaps it's out of respect for my esteemed colleague Brock's voice actor. We wouldn't want him feeling too defeated, now would we? Dweeb tier. Let's swiftly move on from this travesty. We have more deserving contenders to discuss. Now let's turn our attention to the original Berserk anime from 1997. Berserk, a tale of ambition, betrayal, and unyielding determination. It's a dark and gritty journey that refuses to pull its punches. The animation may be dated, but it possesses a raw beauty that suits the series' grim aesthetic perfectly. The character development is commendable, each one grappling with their inner demons in a world rife with treachery. And the soundtrack? It's nothing short of legendary, adding depth and emotion to every scene. In conclusion, while the manga remains the true essence of Berserk for me, this anime adaptation has earned its place among the elite. Guts strength rivals that of a Duelist the Tormentor or Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that's saying something. Of course, we all know who'd win in a duel between them, but enough about trading cards. Let's focus on what truly matters, Berserk rightfully taking its place in the S tier. Now, before we continue our journey through the annals of anime greatness, a word to my audience. If you find yourself enraptured by my unparalleled insights and wit, and let's face it, who wouldn't be do yourself a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel? There, you'll find an array of content guaranteed to elevate your intellectual faculties from dueling strategies to corporate conquests. It's a haven of enlightenment amidst the sea of mediocrity that plagues cyberspace. So, heed my words and join the ranks of those who recognize greatness when they see it. Subscribe now, and together we shall ascend to new heights of godlike power. Or don't. I don't care either way. Moving on to Demon Slayer, or as I like to call it, How to Swing a Sword and Cry the Anime. Demon Slayer might have its flashy animation and tear-jerking moments, but let's not kid ourselves here. The protagonist, Tanjiro, spends more time crying over his sister than actually honing his skills. A true duelist never lets emotions cloud his judgment. As for the rest of the cast, they seem content to follow Tanjiro's lead like lost puppies. Pathetic. A true leader doesn't rely on the strength of others, he forges his path to victory alone. However, I must admit, Demon Slayer's visuals are impressive. The animation is crisp, the fight scenes are exhilarating, and the demon designs are suitably menacing, but all the flashy animation in the world can't cover up its lack of substance. In terms of ranking, Demon Slayer barely scrapes by into B tier. It's tolerable, but it's no masterpiece. And anyone who thinks otherwise clearly hasn't experienced the true power of top-tier anime. Now let's talk about an anime that truly embodies the spirit of dominance, One Punch Man. Unlike the sob story that is Demon Slayer, One Punch Man cuts straight to the chase. The protagonist, Saitama, doesn't waste time shedding tears or struggling with inner turmoil. No, he simply delivers one punch and it's game over for his opponents. It's almost comical how effortlessly Saitama dispatches his foes. You know, it's like watching Blue Eyes' White Dragon's White Lightning attack in action, swift, powerful, and utterly unstoppable. And let's not forget the supporting cast, from the cyborg Genos to the over-the-top Hero Association. Each character adds to the chaotic brilliance of One Punch Man, showcasing the absurdity of the hero genre in the best possible way. Despite its satirical nature, One Punch Man manages to deliver jaw-dropping action scenes and stunning animation. It's a testament to the sheer talent behind the series. In terms of ranking, One Punch Man effortlessly claims its spot in the S tier. It's a powerhouse of entertainment that deserves every bit of praise it receives. And finally, the piece de resistance. Seto Kaiba, the anime. Of course, it stars yours truly. Behold, peasants, I am Seto Kaiba, the undeniable star of the new anime sensation Seto Kaiba, the anime. Prepare to witness the epic saga of my dueling prowess, unrivaled intellect, and unyielding ambition as I dominate the duel world with the finesse of a Blue Eyes White Dragon soaring through the heavens. Get ready to bow down before the true king of the dueling domain, reserved for the pinnacle of perfection, the S tier. There you have it, the undisputed ranking of the top 20 anime as decreed by Seto Kaiba. Consider yourselves enlightened or remain in ignorance. It's all the same to me.